it's been great value, you know, for money, what we've served up this season.
Well, the Man City one was one of my favourites, even though I didn't get it, but I enjoyed creating it.
What I do, I just write down the numbers 1 to sort of 25 on a piece of paper and put them in various places around the flat, and then I tick them off as I go past.
The curtain comes down on another Premiership campaign. The Owls may not have delivered any silverware, but they finished one of the highest-scoring teams and the providers of some stirring entertainment. The team that was to finish the season on a high bore little resemblance to the one taking the field at Anfield for the first match in August.
Wednesday played Sampdoria, a club record £2.7 million for England's Des Walker, who becomes the most expensive defender in the British game. So no Barnes and no Chris Waddle. He's out of the Sheffield Wednesday side with a back injury, so number 14, Chris Bart-Williams, comes in. Wednesday's other new signing, number 12, Andy Pearce from Coventry, plays alongside Walker at the back, and number 7, Paul Warhurst, armed with a new contract, plays up front.
Who would have dared to predict the worst start anyone could remember?
Oh, and that's a bad one. Mulvey's been caught by Palmer, and Liverpool across. There's going to be a booking here for the England midfield player. It's off. It had to be at least a booking, but it's a red card, and Carlton Palmer is sent off the field. Clough finds Nicol. Intricate move by Liverpool. Clough! Yes! What a start for him! Ruddock! Hits Woods! Goal! Clough! He gets his second.
It was to be 5 games and more than 6 hours of football before the Owls scored their first goal. It came from the recalled Mark Bright. The goal famine was over, but victory as elusive as ever. Despite a spirited performance in Andy Sinton's first 2 goals for the club, the defeat at Newcastle left Wednesday languishing 1 off the bottom. Did Trevor Francis think he'd rung too many close season changes?
To bring new players here in, I had to try and offset it by letting 1 or 2 players go. So I've certainly got no regrets on the number of players that left the club, because, you know, as I say, to do that, you know, to bring in the calibre of players of Walker and Sinton, it was the only way out.
Against Southampton, the Owls lost skipper Nigel Pearson for the season, a 2nd broken leg. Wednesday needed to score first, and it was the Saints who turned into sinners when Andy Sinton was brought down inside the penalty area. Expectation levels high. John Sheridan didn't disappoint from the spot. Wednesday's striking force had already been disrupted by the departure of Paul Warhurst to Blackburn Rovers. A move between Waddle and Hyde crowned by David Hurst, his first goal of the season. The Owls had earned their first win. There then followed clashes against the toughest sides in the league. First Blackburn.
Towards Andy Pearce. It's knocked down for Hyde and it's in. Graham Hyde gives Sheffield Wednesday the lead. Gallagher. Shearer. And again, 1-1.
The Owls have had some titanic clashes with Manchester United in recent times. When Chris Bart-Williams fired Wednesday in front, another one was on the cards for the jubilant fans. A lovely strike by Bart-Williams, but Manchester United was soon flowing back. Lee Sharp, a miss by Carlton Palmer, and a Mark Hughes goal. So often the tormentor of Wednesday over the years, Hughes struck again. Cantona, and a crisp finish from the Welsh international. 2-1 was to become 3-1 with a move involving Ince, Cantona and finally Ryan Giggs stroking the ball effortlessly into the corner of the net. Wednesday's late consolation, a header from Mark Bright, but the final score left the Owls beaten by 3-2. Wednesday were playing some stylish, impressive football, but they just couldn't chalk up victories. They started well enough against Wimbledon, a tap-in for Chris Waddle after excellent work by Mark Bright. But Wimbledon lie down for nobody, and they soon got back on level terms with an equaliser from Gary Blissett. There are new names in the Wednesday lineup these days, one of them the Australian Adam Porrick. He was involved in the move which led to Ryan Jones restoring Wednesday's lead. Again, Wimbledon showed their fighting spirits and they left their 2nd equaliser until the very last minute. And who else should score it but the redoubtable Vinnie Jones? Believe it or not, Wednesday went to Bramall Lane as underdogs on league placings at least. Sinton taking that short throw into Hyde. There are men in the middle here for Andy Sinton if he can pick anyone out. Mark Bright is the first there, but surrounded by United defenders. Oh, he gets a bit of a break here from Bright. Here comes Palmer! Wednesday level, Carlton Palmer. Derby draws were very much in vogue, and Chris Waddle drew first blood for Wednesday when Leeds United were next at Hillsborough. The early goal just what the fans had wanted to see. What the Wednesday fans didn't want to see was a Leeds equaliser, but it came from this soaring header by Chris Fairclough. There was plenty of raw entertainment and passion, and it was Ryan Jones who put Wednesday in front for the 2nd time. A great moment for him, his first goal against Leeds. But Leeds were to be level on terms again with the 2nd goal, Rodney Wallace finding a chink in Wednesday's defensive armour. There have been plenty of goals in matches between these two sides in recent times. Leeds got the next one through Gary Speed. It was then that Wednesday were to show their fighting qualities. Des Walker bursting into the penalty area and a tremendous finish by Mark Bright. But it was the same old story. Wednesday had taken only a point. The turning point of the season came at Ipswich. That first away win was followed by a forgettable 0-0 draw at home to Coventry, but everyone sensed that the Owls were in full flight again, as witnessed by two convincing 3-goal performances. Successive wins had put the Owls up to 14th place. With Christmas approaching, there were some presents on offer from opposing defenders. A thrilling victory over the Reds, who donated 2 own goals. There were more gifts on offer at Villa. First to benefit was the Bartman. It was a tricky night. Strong winds prevailing, and it seemed to confuse many a defender. Neil Cox got in amongst the Wednesday centre-backs to get Villa's equaliser. And then a penalty. Roland Nielsen committing the foul. The spot kick dispatched easily by Dean Saunders. But Wednesday were to get their rewards with an equaliser of their own, conjured up by a run from Nielsen down the right and a spectacular own goal by Sean Teal. 2-2. At Arsenal, Wednesday put up a creditable show against the bogeyman, but to no avail.
And right! Well, there you are. It only takes a second. There was only a second or two left. And Arsenal have hit Sheffield Wednesday where it really hurts yet again.
Walking along, singing a song, walking sorted.
The Owls avenged their early season defeat by West Ham with one of the most thrilling displays of the season. The 26,000 fans who were at Hillsborough will always remember this as the Waddle game, walking in a Waddle wonderland. Wednesday were back to their best. Everton were next on the hit list, and coming soon, Carlton Palmer getting one of the unlikeliest goals you'll ever see.
Pierce with the header and off the line, but back in. And Sheffield Wednesday have the lead with Mark Bright. Waddle again with a bit of the razzmatazz. Nielsen's cross, Southall's punch. Back in by Palmer. Oh, it's gone in as well. What an extraordinary goal from Carlton Palmer. A header from what? Nearly 20 yards out.
Swindon Town were rock bottom when they came to Hillsborough, but they soon give Wednesday a scare. A goal at the back post from Andy Much. It shook Wednesday up a little and they retaliated with an excellent equaliser, Mark Bright's third in successive matches and his 10th of the season. But Swindon were in doughty form. Craig Maskell, their new signing, popped in another one to give them the lead. And then controversy. Wednesday's equaliser with keeper Fraser Digby down on the ground. Ryan Jones battling to win it, the ball out from Roland Nielsen, and with Digby still on the ground, Gordon Watson rammed it into the net. The goal stood, Digby had to go off. He was to be replaced by Nicky Hammond, while Watson was still celebrating. The end of Digby's afternoon. For Hammond, worse was to come. He hadn't even touched the ball when Wednesday went 3-2 ahead. Waddle involved, mayhem inside the area. Hyde foraging a way through, and a second goal for the predatory Watson. A jubilant day for him, but Swindon was still to come back with one last throw of the dice. A 6-goal thriller, this one, and battling Swindon perhaps deserved a little bit of luck when Andy Much got in the cross. Pressman stood his ground and Maskell flung himself to win a point for the Wiltshire club. A visit to QPR followed, and Michael Meeker, a new name in the Rangers lineup, was instrumental in the first goal of the day. Squeezed in at the back post by Les Ferdinand. Wednesday's equaliser, a thumping header from that man Mark Bright yet again. And it was Wednesday who took the lead. The ball outside the penalty area, knocked forward for Watson. Wednesday in front 2-1, and that was the final score. The wettest day of the year surely was the day when Spurs came to Hillsborough. Fortunately though for the home side, Mark Bright was in one of those purple patches when he can do no wrong. The goals just kept on coming. Thankfully too for Wednesday, without Chris Waddle and David Hurst, both having Achilles operations. The conditions on the day were appalling. It almost became a mudbath, but Wednesday seemed determined to serve up a performance for their fans. That win over Spurs meant the Owls were now 6th. Mark Bright was popping up on the score sheet at every opportunity, well on the way to his target of 25 goals.
What I do, I just write down the numbers, 1 to sort of 25 on a piece of paper, and put them in various places around the flat, and then I tick them off as I go past. And I think I just try and always like pass last year's tally, then I always think you're making progress. But the last couple of seasons have been quite good for myself. This season particularly, more league goals than last, which for me is more value. But I think it's nice to get 20, and then things on top of that look like a bonus.
His goal against Forest in the Cup was his 6th in successive games. After a late equaliser by Forest Colin Cooper at Hillsborough, the Owls went to the City Ground and took the tie comfortably.
Sinton again. Bright this time, round beyond Palmer. Pearce, it's there! Andy Pearce, with less than 2 minutes of the second half gone, puts Sheffield Wednesday into the lead. Little emotion on the bench, plenty out on the field, because Andy Pearce scored his first goal for the club just last Saturday at Wimbledon, and follows it up with his first in the FA Cup 4 days later. Mark Bright got a really important touch, although Palmer couldn't get anything on it. Pearce most certainly did. We may have been expecting a goal from a Pearce tonight, but not that one. Jones was in there, it always came for Pearce again. Bart Williams. Ah! 2 for Wednesday. Breathing space at last for Trevor Francis' side, thanks to a creamer from Chris Bart Williams. There were so many players between him and the goal, you wonder whether it maybe took a deflection on the way through. But he steadied himself, he took aim, back came the trigger, and bang!
The impressive league run ended in a tough battle at Selhurst Park, going down to Wimbledon by 2 goals to 1. Neil Ardley struck the first. This has rarely been a happy hunting ground for the Owls, and so it was to prove again. Wimbledon second, predictably, from the head of John Fashanu. The usual celebrations curtailed only when Wednesday got a consolation. Andy Sinton's cross headed firmly home by Andy Pearce, his first goal for Wednesday. Derby day at Hillsborough, the balloon was going to go up for either the Reds or the Blues. But before the match, Trevor Francis received his Manager of the Month award. So a red-letter day for him, no matter what the final outcome. The players, as always, keyed up for the big occasion. And these, the last tense moments. Perhaps as a psychological ploy, the Wednesday team had stayed in their dressing room, and Keith Cooper had to get them out. But they were ready, and so were the crowd. This was also the day to remember one of football's greats, Sir Matt Busby. The minute's silence spoiled momentarily by a few hotheads at the away end. The game itself went one way.
The Sheffield derby underway, and what an important fixture this is for local football support. Anything which has gone previously in the season matters not. This is the one that both sides want to win. Andy Pearce. for is Carlton Palmer. This is Andy Sinton. Over the top of Mark Bright, but there was a foul on Andy Sinton after he'd played that ball, which linesman and referee have both seen. And this looks like the first caution for a Sheffield United player. It's Dane Whitehouse who's the offender. Tuttle lifted it over his head. Carlton Palmer has claimed it. Sinton will get on to the end of this. Went for the target, and it was too hot for Kelly to hold. And Roland Nielsen in possession for Sheffield Wednesday, looking for Watson. Watson's header. It was a good ball in. It was over the defender, Pearce. And Bright to chase, but surely Kelly's favourite. Didn't gather it cleanly, the keeper. And almost demolished the linesman. Sinton wasn't able to have a go for the target, and Kelly's now back. Hyde again. Hyde decides to have a shot, and it's hit the ground just in front of Alan Kelly, which made the save even better. Knocked up by Justine Flo. Oh, Pearce tried to get it back to his keeper. Scott got on it. It's bounced right in front of goal, and Wednesday have survived. Sinton. He's got Watson and Bright to look for in the middle. Ryan Jones is there as well. Watson missed it. Hyde tries to pull it down. Watson again. Offside. And now Andy Sinton getting involved really for the first time in this second half. They didn't get the header clear. Hoyland in by Palmer. Watson lays it down. Great left foot shot. Bright scores. Wednesday finally bring this derby match to life. 35,000 spectators for the Sheffield derby. And Mark Bright's 15th goal of the season. No offside. Watson will get to this. Into Carlton Palmer, who really had to dig it out from underneath him. Sinton with the corner, having given a signal. Kelly started to come, changed his mind. Andy Pearce. Oh, isn't he on a goal-scoring run? He scored in each of the last two matches for Wednesday. Watson going through the middle. He might get there before Kelly. He did. Watson gets his header in. It's 3. The goal stands. Kelly is distraught. But Gordon Watson was so alert to what there might have been.
January 1994, Sheffield Wednesday 3, Sheffield United 1.
Bright scores! Bright scores! Andy Pearce! Andy Pearce! Wilson gets his header in, it's 3. Wilson gets his header in, it's 3.
And we went into a 3-0 lead. And we went into a 3-0 lead.
Andy Pearce, Andy Pearce, Andy Pearce, who gets the ball, scores a goal, Andy Pearce. It should have been 10-1. It should have been 10-1. It should have been 10-1.
The Owls went to Spurs on a high and set for another win, but it was Kevin Pressman who was catching the eye. Terry Venables wanted a video. Here's one for you, Tel.
Tottenham have a two-man wall, Anderton and Barnby. In comes the free kick, and it's headed in and turned in at the far post. In goes Bright, and Walker loses out. Bright has scored and a goal's given. Well, 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday, and the referee is being surrounded. Dean Austin's gone down, a bizarre goal. The goal counts, that's for sure. Let's have a look at it again. Now, was this an illegal challenge? Well, looks like Bright. Well, they're going to talk about this goal. A high ball into the area. Ian Walker and Bright went up. Austin went up. It's 2-0 anyway. Mark Bright.
The time of the second Sheffield Wednesday goal, 53 minutes, 51 seconds.
So Spurs here 2-0 behind with 29 minutes to go. Important challenge, and Spurs getting caught again. It's defensively a nightmare, and they're 3-0 in front, and Bright's got another. Tottenham's season of woe continues. Mark Bright scores again, and Spurs will have so many questions to ask about this defensive performance. Sedgley floats it through Rosenthal. Now here's Ronnie Rosenthal. Great save from Pressman. Ronnie Rosenthal denied. And Spurs have got to produce something here. Pressman denies Rosenthal a goal on his debut. Spurs' best chance of the second half. Now, 26 minutes. Can Spurs produce a sterling comeback? They need something quickly if they're going to get back into the game. They're 3 down. Samway's booed every time he touches the ball. Drives one! Just wide! And Samway's was applauded by Darren Caskey. They've got to try and get something out of this match now, positively. This is Barnby on the chase. And put out of play by Des Walker. Now, Spurs are showing a bit of urgency, but they're 3 down. That's a corner off the run from Darren Anderton. 3-0 Sheffield Wednesday leading. They're in complete control, but Spurs now realising the urgency. Here comes the cross, and the header comes in, it's there! And it's Rosenthal! Ronnie Rosenthal has scored for Tottenham at last. David Hurst confirming is on at the moment, and the player in place was Gordon Watson. Anderton floated in. Oh, it was a great save! Pressman. Anderton. Caskey shielding it. Anderton again. If Spurs could get a second, the whole game would come to life. Samways. Austin. Anderton. Good cross. Rosenthal! Oh, it's there! It must have been. Great save! Sedgley! Well, Sedgley had the last chance. Number 14, Steve Sedgley. Ronnie Rosenthal was with him, and Sedgley denied by a brilliant save by Pressman. Well, that's a candidate, along with Neville Southall's 10 years ago here. Same end of the ground for one of the saves of all time. It was a great save. In comes the corner. Samways! He went in for the drive. Anderton, he's battled well. Burton. And he was being fouled, and a free kick. Spurs fans can sense something here. 17 minutes to go. This urgency could have been so useful just after half-time. Anderton floated in. Rosenthal! Oh, another great save! It was Barnby!
Despite Wednesday's customary winter surge, hopes of a title challenge were beyond them. Hopes of a trophy relied on the cups. It had begun back in September when the Owls were lucky to escape with a draw at Bolton, courtesy of Chris Bart-Williams. In the replay at Hillsborough, Mark Bright saw Wednesday through after some fine work on the left by Andy Sinton. The next round of the Coca-Cola Cup was to take the Owls to Middlesbrough. Here comes Hendry, and he's made the break. He's got goal side of the defender. John Hendry, brilliantly polished off. Wednesday caught cold. Hendry celebrates. He may have hurt himself in the process, but he'll have a big grin all over his face. And that's why. Hiccups. He loses out, and Waddle will hit it first time. Tremendous ball from Waddle. It might have opened the door for Carlton Palmer. Yes! Wednesday may have been saved by the emergency striker. What a ball from Waddle. What a finish from Palmer.
Chris Waddle picks the ball up. A tremendous 40-yard ball, splits the defence, gives Carlton Palmer a great chance. Good first touch, right in the top corner. Here's the skill of the man. Head down, he knows where he's putting it. He's killed the defender. Carlton Palmer says thanks a lot, goes forward, pushes it out of his feet. Eye on the ball. Pick that one out.
Another late escape, another replay. The edge of that area, Watson might be in here. Gordon Watson! It's given Sheffield Wednesday the lead. Watson doesn't get many chances here at Hillsborough. He's taken his chance tonight.
Yes, Nigel Worthington, a diagonal ball, just the start that Sheffield Wednesday wanted. A little touch on from Jepson, and there he is, the poacher. Real touch over the goalkeeper and the defender. Sad face as the ball goes into the net.
Fleming on a run. Purposeful too, and the ball in is good. There might be an equaliser for Middlesbrough. Great stop, but the follow-up is there, and Middlesbrough have got their equaliser. Sinton again whips that ball in, and Palmer! He's done it again! Would you believe it? It's Carlton Palmer. He's a striker all right now. Next stop, QPR.
Jensen, and Jensen's got in past McDonald. Can Nigel Jensen score? He can score. Now though, here's Impey. Surrounded by yellow shirts, however, he's still there. The cross is towards Meeker. Meeker scores! Rangers level. Defender there.
Waddle and Worthington combine. Worthington's got the chance to cross a good ball in this time. It wasn't a bad one, and that might well prove to be a winner for Wednesday. And back to London for the next round at Wimbledon. Corner, Elkins with it. Vital moments again for Wednesday. Pressman, Blissett, it's in. It's gone in, and the equaliser, I think, is going to be credited to Dean Holdsworth. That goal guaranteed a third semi-final appearance in 4 years.
Oh, Nielsen's back pass. Giggs might take full advantage of this. United go ahead. Ryan Giggs, the scorer. The error by Roland Nielsen.
Ince is there again and finds Hughes. And it's a good-looking ball. Keane's cross, clean across the face of goal, and it's a goal! Brian McClare has scored for Manchester United with only 4 minutes gone. It's very well read, and that's a great ball to release Kanchelskis, and they've got 3 forward on the break here, United, and they're galloping into spaces again, and it's crossed towards Kanchelskis. They've done it. He's rather lucky to get that back off Irwin. Keane denying him any room. Slides it through to Hyde. Schmeichel with a brave save. Comes back again to Hyde, and it's in! Sheffield Wednesday have got a goal back. Hurst, right on the line, as Hyde somehow got it in from an acute angle, and with 12 minutes to go to half-time, that might put a different complexion on things.
It gets a deflection here. Hyde's looking to drive it across. First, Schmeichel drops it with Bright going in. And then this, I think it's hit someone, and it's in the net before Hurst gets a touch on it.
And he finds Hughes. Good effort! Oh my word, just as you think Manchester United are rocking, they come back with another goal. Parker finding McClare. He's got Hughes and Giggs in the box. Hughes! They can order the Wembley suits now, all right.
Yeah.
And they can start looking for tickets.
We had 1 or 2 great results. Let's not forget, you know, the performance at Wimbledon, one of the outstanding performances of the season. Also the win at QPR, 2 very difficult games in London, especially the one at Wimbledon. Nobody gave us much chance. Wimbledon were absolutely distraught afterwards because they thought they were through to the semi-final when they looked at the team that we had to field. But the players played very, very well, got through the semi-final, and then we really hoped that we'd get lucky with the draw. We would have favoured Tranmere, we would have accepted Aston Villa, but the draw against Manchester United, we were very, very unfortunate, playing the best team in the country. We did our best, but really we were second best.
Sadly, Wednesday were to come off second best too in the FA Cup. Chelsea were in the way. Steve Clarke creating a superbly struck goal for Gavin Peacock at Stamford Bridge. But this wasn't where Wednesday went out. In fact, they came back well. The move started by Simon Coleman, continued down the right by Roland Nielsen, and finished by Graham Hyde. A rare goal for the locally born youngster, but the replay will show how well he took his chance, and it guaranteed a replay at Hillsborough.
Steen holding off the man at the back of him. Myers going on the outside. Knocked in by Steen very neatly as well. And it wouldn't quite come down. Spencer's there! Oh, Chelsea have opened the scoring. And John Spencer, who started the first match of the season, was pulled off injured. He's only been back a couple of times since as a substitute. Glenn Hoddle put him on tonight in a whole catalogue of changes after the disappointment of the defeat at Everton, and he's popped in the first goal. Bart Williams lifted in left-footed and just taken away from Carlton Palmer. It'll be a corner, and again the crowd on this side are showing displeasure because the linesman didn't signal it, and it was left to the referee to make the decision. Watson tight in on Kari, and Sinton knocks it in. Mark Bright does it again, despite the bodies on the goal line. And Chelsea are protesting to referee Robbie Hart that there'd been an earlier infringement, and I'm not sure if the replay wouldn't support them. It looks as though Watson pulled the player down with him then when they both jumped for that initial ball. Mark Bright, who drilled it through the crowded 6-yard box. Spencer down to Craig Burley. That's intended for Steen. Gets the header down to Peacock. Chelsea have scored. Gavin Peacock. And in the end, it looked quite easy. Six minutes into the first period of extra time. Drilled in by Craig Burley. What an intelligent ball back of the forehead of Mark Steen. It gave Gavin Peacock all the time and the space that he needed. Over the head of Barnard has found Steen, who finds Gavin Peacock, who gets it into the middle to Burley. Chelsea have done it. Craig Burley with one of those lung-bursting runs through the middle. And in the second period of extra time, what a joy that will be to the coaching and the management.
If there was a time when I was probably more handicapped, you know, with problems off the field, it was during that period. You know, with injuries I'm talking about, of course. The Chelsea one was so disappointing. I really felt that this year we're going back to Wembley again. I wasn't sure which competition it was going to be in, but I felt that we're going back there. We went to Chelsea. After being a goal down, we came back to 1-1, and really, you know, we felt we should have won the game at Stamford Bridge. So it's a major disappointment then, you know, going to extra time here and losing the game.
Out of the cup, but still the outside chance of a place in Europe. It needed a sensational finish, but precious points went astray after the disappointment of the cup exits. What infuriated the fans was how the Owls seemed to throw it away in the late stages.
Coco to Goss. Sutton peeled off on the left-hand side. But Goss finding Adams. It's another good cross from Adams. Sutton's there. Great save by Pressman. It wasn't a clean header, but it was awkward enough for Pressman to deal with. Gets out here eventually to Nilsson. Sinton, who seems to have switched flanks for this second half. He's got past his man well as the England winger. Oh, underside of the bar by Hurst. And Brian Gunn was nowhere near. Sinton set it up. And David Hurst hit it first time with the left foot. Here it is. And the underside of the bar left vibrating there. And Hurst sold the dummy, but Jeremy Goss didn't buy it. Ikoko now. Can he get past Des Walker? Two fast men up against each other. Ikoko gets a shot in. Oh, and he hit that with some force. And Pressman had to react so quickly to keep it out. This is Watson. Watson with a shot. Oh, and it's turned over by Brian Gunn. And that's the best effort so far from Sheffield Wednesday. And it came from the substitute. The man bought from Charlton Athletic, who scored 6 goals in 9 Premiership appearances. Holston to Newman. Sutton trying to get round behind Pearce. He's done so. Good shot. A good block too by Pressman. But Sutton making something out of nothing. Watson. And Palmer again providing the support. Watson racing through the middle for the cross. And look at Palmer's pace there. Oh, Hurst with a chance. This is Watson. Goal! 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. And Watson does it again. Gordon Watson, his 10th Premiership appearance, his 7th goal. Fans urging Norwich forward. Ullathorne to Goss. Good ball in by Goss, but it's headed away by Coleman. Goss again, involved in everything. Oh, that's a great ball. It's gone through to Ikoko, he must score! Oh! Ikoko turns it wide from about 8 yards. And that surely ensures Sheffield Wednesday's victory. But the game's still not over. A corner it is. The ball was deflected. Brian Gunn up there with a header. This is sensational stuff. Gunn going in again, makes no contact at all. Butterworth can't get his shot in. Sutton on the turn. Oh, it's there! What a goal!
Two ways in the middle. Here's Carlton Palmer. Wouldn't come down for him. It's Messi, but it's wide. Neatly done by Sinton. Oh, and a complete miss kick by Watson. Having plenty of chances at the start here, Wednesday. The finishing has been poor. Or in that case, non-existent. But Watson, after a very good play by Andy Sinton, I don't know where his eyes were looking, but his foot made no contact with the ball. Bart Williams. A lot of space here for Gordon Watson. A good pass, but he shouldn't have been allowed all that space. Doesn't take advantage. It was a poor cross. Bright. Sinton. Gets it across. And Watson. And Carlton Palmer. They really should have been about 3 up now, Sheffield Wednesday. Andy Sinton causing all sorts of problems. And it came off the post. Nielsen, no foul, says the referee. Sinton waits. Can turn on it now. Loses out to Watson. And another chance for Sheffield Wednesday at one of so many. Goes away. The referee said that was not a foul. Now he looks up. And he just got a deflection. Beautifully taken by Bart Williams. Good tackle. Robbie Elliott. Done well since he came into the side. I suppose he couldn't have done well before, but you get my meaning. This is promising for Cole. Free kick against Pearce. Caught his man when he was running in on goal. There was an angle to go in, but it was a blatant challenge after he got away. Now, how will the referee view that? Name first, check of the time. Now the number. Finally the card, which is red. Beardsley got a deflection. Cole! Scored! And I think that's only his second shot in the match.
Wednesday have won away from home 5 times this season. That one from Sinton, finds Coleman at the back post, here's Watson, and well, how did that one stay out? Here's Bart Williams again, still Bart Williams creating the space for the shot, maybe, yes! It's a lovely goal from the teenager. Besant beaten, and Chris Bart Williams, who was a hat-trick hero against Southampton when they beat them 5-2 last season, has found the back of the Saints' net again. But he really does this all himself. He came inside Madison, Dowie had the lunge at him, he still had the composure to tuck it past Munkow, past Besant, and in off the inside of the upright. Well, that is a truly skillful goal by the youngster from Sierra Leone. Actually went through Munkow's legs. Coming at the back post is Munkow! He's scored! Terrific header! And Ken Munkow gets an absolutely priceless equaliser for Southampton. An injury-ravaged side went to Old Trafford, where United were on top form. The Owls opened brightly enough, but frankly were slaughtered in their worst result of the season. 4 days later, they met the other main championship contenders, Blackburn Rovers, and they were in no mood to give points away either.
Behind Newell. Oh, and tucked away by Wilcox with his right foot. And Blackburn have struck first here at Hillsborough. As it is, they're still in the game, controversially. Coleman. And it's ended up with Bart Williams right on the line. In for the equaliser.
Is it Williams, Mark? Is it Gordon Watson? Who's claiming this goal?
I think Watson's claiming it, but whether Bart Williams, who had a goal taken off him by Ryan Jones earlier in the season, actually finally nudged it over. Yes, Watson.
No, he misses it. And I think you can tell from Bart Williams' reaction that he didn't get anything on this. I don't think the defending's very good here because Coleman had lots of room for a free header.
Palmer going in. Oh, it's off the bar. Bright's there. And Blackburn, who will feel perhaps they haven't had much luck up to now, have had a slice. In a 1-1 game, it's 14-5 on corners in Blackburn's favour. Rousseau. Shearer. Good work by May. Great work! Oh! What a goal it would have been. Batty. Newell tries his luck. Can hit Nielsen. May's in there again. Hendry's in there. And it's up and over.
Well, Alan Shearer can't believe it. He must have thought, this is it. It's a simple tap in from about a foot out. Incredible. Up it goes. May helps the ball back in. Henry keeps it in play there. In comes Shearer. Surely it's a lead. No, it's not.
It's Berg taking a hand. And now Ripley. Henning Berg's in the centre. Newell is there as well. It comes to the Norwegian. Berg! And Newell! Blackburn have done it, and Mike Newell has come back into the side. It's his first league goal since he got the winner at Anfield back in September. And what a time to get it.
It's no more than they've deserved either, Martin. They've never let their heads drop for a minute, and it's fitting that Ripley, for me, should have a say in this. But look who's up there. Henning Berg took it upon himself to get in there. He was trying to make something happen. He did make something happen. Great control, great strike, but look at that. Been out for a long time, but there was nothing wrong with Mike Newell's reaction.
It was here that the Owls produced their most magical football of the season, with a string of impressive scorelines. Just sit back and enjoy.
towards Sanchez. Swindon, who stuck by their principles of trying to play football all the way through. Nijholt. And he's going to let fly as he did against Manchester United. And that really tested Pressman.
He's happy to have that just straight above him, Kevin Pressman. Lovely play from Luke Nijholt. As soon as he got it, there was only one thing in his mind. And that's a very positive thing to see from John Gorman's side. Looking to test the goalkeeper at every opportunity.
Sheridan's found a bit of space. Worthington out wide. Sheffield Wednesday with a better balance down the left-hand side with Worthington and Jones back in the side. And Bart, oh, goodness me. Chris Bart-Williams let go with an absolute flyer. Skimmed off the bar.
Well, I thought Nicky Hammond had this comfortably in his sights, but he hits it with such venom. You see, it's above him, but he doesn't get anywhere near it. And I think it's a sheer pace in the shot that beats the goalkeeper. I think his hand goes up late, so he's not near it. Tell you what, 6 inches lower, Ian, I think that might have taken the net off. Oh no, he's here again. He must be mad.
All weathers.
He must be mad.
Mr. Tango.
It's frozen here tonight.
Nijholt, the one man who'd stayed back, freak deflection, forced to kill Klein, and a shot just past the post. Corner comes across at the nod on at the near post, back to Mike Williams. Goodness me. Well, he nearly got his first ever Premiership goal there.
Well, Bart Williams hit a screamer in the first half, and then Mike Williams shows he's not got to be outdone. It arrived at him, he didn't even take a step back, he didn't take a step forward. He just planted his left foot, hit the volley.
The still could fall for Watson. And Hammond grabs hold of it at the second, or was it third attempt?
You know, this is when goalkeepers are paid to be brave. The striker and defender are coming back in. All three have got to go for it. All three have got to try and make it theirs.
I'm not sure he didn't take a boot in the face there.
Well, I think he did. The back of the ear, it looks like. But
he was at Crystal Palace on loan last year, and I think he was with Bobby Gold at Coventry on loan a couple of seasons ago too. Wednesday were concerned, but here's Moncur. Fjørtoft ahead of him. Doesn't get the pass. Moncur towards Keith Scott. And Fjørtoft! And, oh, inches in it. And he's got a knock as well. This is Worthington. Up towards Bright. And surely this time, and in the end it was Watson who puts it over the line. And, well, one moment Swindon Town were within inches of the lead, and now they're behind. And how isn't life so cruel to them down at the bottom?
Well, the goalkeeper quite simply goes into no man's land. I feel a little bit for him, you must do. He's only just on, he's had one bit of action. That was to make a clearance. He made a hash of the clearance.
Owls went to Oldham with a carnival following. The BBC were filming a documentary about opera, and the fans were in full voice. However, the action on the pitch didn't match the atmosphere on the terraces. The pitch was bone dry and dusty with little grass. Football was difficult, and Trevor Francis pulled off Sheridan and Bartman in protest. The final away game was at Leeds, where some of the Owls' football was inspired. However, the result seemed to sum up much of the season, being unable to hang on to leads and points tossed away. The final match was an emotional occasion. A near-capacity crowd turned out to say farewell to Roland Nielsen, one of the club's most popular players in recent seasons.
On behalf of everybody at Sheffield Wednesday, send a big thank you to Roland Nielsen for everything he's done for Sheffield Wednesday in the 4 years he's been here. Not only as a player has he been a credit to his profession, but as a person, he's absolutely top class. May I wish him good luck in the World Cup, whenever he does it. He knows he's always welcome here.
The manager and chairman presented him with a memento for his contribution to the club, which included a Rumbelows Cup winners' medal and some sterling performances.
I mean, it's been absolutely brilliant. I'm going to miss this all the fans, because they've been taking care of me since I came, and been absolutely brilliant every season. So that's the biggest I'm going to miss.
The match was a cracker. Again, Wednesday went ahead, only to lose the lead. fitting finale. Wednesday finished 7th. They were the 3rd highest scorers in the Premiership, and the Hillsborough faithful had seen more home goals than any other club except for Newcastle.
Well, we've scored more goals this season than we did last year. We've got more points than we did last year, but we haven't won anything. And, you know, it still hurts me very much that last year we got to 2 cup finals and we ended up with nothing. I'm looking to bring some silverware, you know, to Hillsborough, and it won't be for lack of trying. You know, we do have some good players here, and our aim next season has got to be to do better than this season.
So, disappointment, yes, but terrific value for money. Roll on next year.